Hi, it's Joe. I've just done this for the first time on my computer, so now I just want to see, is there actually anyone here who can actually see? Can you let me know? Because it looks like I may have to use my mobile, which I'm not ready to. Laurie. Hi, Laurie. Lauren. I'm waiting for Natalie, actually, and I'm doing a tutorial on tie-dyeing for my young friend in Broken Hill, and I'm just waiting for them to come on so that we can get started. I'm not sure I got the technology right. Natalie, there you are. Excellent. Are you able to hear me and straight away? Yes? Oh, excellent. I'm going to like that because now I'm excited. We're in. Okay, winning. Alrighty. So, hello, I'm going to get started. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Trinity. How you going? Thank you. Just shared. Yeah, I saw that. All right. I'm going to do a bit of an introduction. I'll say hello to people as they're coming on for a little bit, just to get settled in and make sure that you can, hi, Nicole, all see, and then we can get started. So I'm thinking around about 15 minutes or so, because that's what a class usually takes. So excellent. Alrighty, so my name's Jo, as you all know, because you're already on my page. And my business is Avalon by Nature. There we go. And I offer tie-dye workshops to anyone who would like to learn the art of tie-dyeing my way. And I've learned these from others, so it's not actually my way anyway. I'm in my backyard, and everything's looking really tidy, which is good. Nice breeze, hot weather. Got my umbrella up so I don't get sunburned again. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, so been tie-dyeing, say, for about 4 or 5 years now, and love creating lots of colour, and I don't go mad on designs. I just like to do a spiral because they're just easy to get colour up, and it spreads all over the piece and looks amazing. So that's what I'm going to show you today, is a spiral tie-dye garment. All right, so firstly you want to start with a white garment. So something that's white. You should go for t-shirts because then you can wear your art, and I'm aware that I'm going to darken myself. Anyway, so the other good thing about tie-dye is that it can fix mistakes. See how there's dye already on this one? You can fix those and make it look as though it was never there in the first place, or that it's actually meant to be part of the design. So firstly, I've already pre-wet this. You need to pop your garment into on your Natalie. Pop your garment into some water and then squeeze out the water as much as you can. If you've got a few to do, you can pop them into your washing machine on the spin cycle just to get as much water out. So the reason you want it a little bit damp is it helps spread the dye through the garment, and it doesn't use up as much dye, so you're not loading it up heaps of dye and then it only sitting in one particular spot. Got a little party in the corner here. Okay, so we're squeezing out our wet garment. We're laying it out flat. So I'm going to lay it out flat, and I'm going to move the screen so you can actually see what I'm doing, like this. Now, is that clear enough for those who are watching? Can someone give me an idea, please, if it's clear enough from where you're looking? Oh yes, the birds are pretty good, ain't it? It's the afternoon chorusing. Okay, so we're laying out our t-shirt, and you lay it face up, nice and flat. Excellent. And so you just pinch a little bit in wherever you want to do on the t-shirt. So I usually do it over the heart, because that way we're spiraling love out from our heart. So we just take a bit of the t-shirt and we pinch a little bit. Can you see? Okay, so pinch a little bit, and then with the heel of our palm, we're twisting it so that we're making a nice flat pancake spiral. And the other reason that a wet t-shirt works as opposed to a dry fabric is that it just folds and holds its fold better than if it was dry. Okay. All right, just check in on the comments, that's all. Hey, Erin. Yeah, so we're just twisting our garment into a tight spiral, and I can see we've got sun coming through, which is all right, except it's just in the way. That's better. Does that work better now? Yep. Okay. All right, so we're twisting our garment, can you see? And we're using one hand to do the twisting with the palm of your hand, and then the other hand to guide the fabric into a nice tight spiral. Okay, so I'm just going to lift this up. Can you see? Alrighty. This is hands-on, isn't it? Okay, all right, so we need 3 bands. We're going to use the rubber bands. Stretch the bands, and we just slide them over the work so that we're holding them into place. And what we're creating is a pie of 6 pieces. So just diagonally like this. Oops, I'll do it that way, sorry. That's something I've got to learn. Okay. Alrighty, can you see that as I'm doing that? Alrighty. How are you going there, Trinity? I know I'm doing it fast, and don't worry, when you try it, you just get it, you just keep working at it until you get it right. It doesn't matter how fast you do it. Okay, so what we've ended up with, can you see? A little pie of 6 slices. Hey, party goers. Alrighty. So, what we're going to get it started with is the colour. So what I normally do is I normally start with 6. I normally have 6 colours. I don't know what you can see here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 6 colours of the rainbow. Can't stretch that too far. There we go. So we've got the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I do have extra colours. I've got a turquoise there as well, plus other colours. Cool. Nice idea. Tie-dye is best done with friends, truly, which is why I like to come and do it in person. And I'm glad you're on here, because otherwise I'm doing it by myself, and that's pretty boring too. Okay, so we've got our colours. Hi, Belle. And, oh yes, well, we'll get some turquoise in there, that's for sure, Natalie. Okay, so with our first colour. So these are I'll show you, these are the dyes that I use. Okay, they're Derivan, they're screen ink dyes, and then they've got instructions to dilute them so that you can use them as a tie-dye ink. Nice big fat brush. Whoops, where is it? Where is it? It's not on me, it's on this. Alright, so a nice big fat brush. You see those jumbo brushes? And since we're not painting, we're actually applying the dye. Where is it? I'm going to go this way. Oh, can't get this light right. We want to load it up so there's lots of water. So just a lot of dye, sorry. Alrighty. So just touch the edge to get the big drips off. And then we're painting across the top there. Now, I'm just going to make sure that you're going to be able to see this. I wouldn't normally lift it up, but it's just so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, Trinity? So we're just starting in the middle, and we're working our way out to the outside. Okay, I'm just going to pop it down, because when you pop it down, you can actually push the dye in like this. Okay, now be nice to the brushes, because these are not the good quality art brushes that you use at school. These are just craft brushes that you can make a bit of mess with. Can see? Alrighty. So I like a lot of colour on mine. Some people just like a bit, so you can just paint across the top. I like a lot of colour, so I take a bit of time to open it out a little bit so I can get colour in between the folds. And that's how you get some colour going through to the back. Okay? Alrighty. So when you've got enough on there, we move on to the next colour. If you want me to go over anything, I can. And I can sell the dyes, but, oh no buts, I can sell the dyes in quantities that you can just go and use straight away, or I can give you the link of where I get the dyes and then you have quantity for a long time. Okay, so that's your first colour. And ideally you leave it in the one spot because you don't want to be messing your colours up, making them muddy. So next colour. Now I'm a bit, the only formal thing I tend to do with the dyeing is I like to keep my colours in the order of the top of the rainbow. It's just something about me. Lots of people like to do it quite differently, to make sure I don't paint my computer. So I just start and work my way through the rainbow in order. You can put your colours wherever you want, but the idea is that you cover your little segment. So you've got a little pie section of colour. Tie-dye party in the holidays. Sounds like a plan. As I was saying that, I wanted to bring my dyes out and do some workshops with kids too, actually. So I really do mean that. So I want to follow that through and make that happen. Okay, so you can see I'm just pushing the dye in. You can, well, you can't probably because I'm getting my fingers in the way. Alrighty. Okay. Try not to go too quickly because I don't like to make a lot of mess. And this is one of the good things about this way of dyeing is that it doesn't make a lot of mess. There's no throwing of dyes around in buckets and dipping and dunking and diving in or anything like that. So you can actually get a pile of kids around a table, follow some basic instructions and have pretty much a fun but stress-free party because you've not got dye going everywhere. And you don't ruin your clothes either. As you can see, I'm wearing a nice dress. Sounds great. Too funny. Alrighty, I don't know what the time delay is. Okay, so you can see there I'm building up some colour. The green. Now I love these dyes because they're non-toxic, so they're great for putting on fingers. As you can see, I wear no protective gear, and that's because the dyes are natural, they're non-toxic. I don't know what they're made from specifically, but they're definitely not chemical. There's no setting with chemicals or disgusting smells or what do you call it, dusts. So you don't need to wear protective equipment. The only thing you get is a bit of dirty fingers. I don't know if you can see. No, they're not dirty enough. And then they're set by the heat set. So that means that after you've dried them, you can put them in a clothes dryer. They need to be dry, air dry first. Put them in a clothes dryer to set the dye so that they don't run, or you can iron them. If I've got a large quantity, I take them up to the laundromat and get them put through the dryer. If I've only got one thing, I just get the iron out and do that. Trinity's favourite colour, green. Well, I've got a couple of greens. I've got just your normal green. So mid-green is their, where are we, normal green. And then they've got this really nice bright green, which is quite pretty too. But I just got out the basic colours for today. And, yeah, just use up that bit. Okay. It's a bit like a cooking show, isn't it? Okay, so just doing the same thing, getting the colours in. Doesn't matter if you accidentally drip a colour on another section, because honestly, you won't see it. Once you open it out, you won't see it. See what I'm doing? Sorry, I keep covering it up because I keep forgetting. Okay, so you can see how easy this is. So I've done workshops with what do you call it, vacation care kids, and they've been little ones, you know, like year 3s, year 2s and year 3s and stuff, year 3 I think, up to, you know, teens and stuff, through when I was doing workshops in my shop, and everybody can do it, you know, and everybody comes out with a good result. It's not something that's only the elite can do or only really artistic people can do. It's just a matter of follow the instructions, choose your colours or colour if you just want to do one colour, and you always get a really nice result. Okay, so we're just going to do our last colour. Missed a bit. Okay. Is this clear enough to see? Okay, lots of colour, so just pushing it in. You can push it in, you can open, you can squeeze it out of it, you know, it'll run. There you go, so you can do whatever you need to do to get that colour in. You can see I'm loading it up, so it's nice and drippy. Yep. Okay, so there's a lot of purple on that one, that's good. Open it up. Okay, alrighty, so this is what we look like now. Okay, so now that I've done that, I wipe, because what it means is you've got a nice clean table to work with, and you tip it over. Okay, and now you just hold it in the one spot. So you can see, I'm just going to move the computer a bit to show you. What do I want to show you? You can see how some of the colours started to come through already. Okay, some of the colours are a bit more runny than others, so they, where do I want that? Yep, that's better. Is that okay? Alrighty, it is pretty, yes. Okay, so there are two options. So what you can do, oh, hey Beck, thank you. What I usually do if I want a t-shirt that's really, really full of colour, I then put the same colour on the back of each of these sections. So you go and redo all of those colours on the back of each, and that means you get really bright and solid rainbow all through it. You've got your 6 colours. What I'm going to do today, which is a little bit different, and I'll show you a finished one, is that I'm just going to do one colour. So that's your turquoise. Hi Les. One colour, and just do it all across the back here, so all one solid colour like this. And what it ends up looking like is this turquoise spiral amongst the rest of the colours spiral. Again, you can just paint it across the top. You're going to cover every white bit that you can see on the outside. I've got a little bit less in this particular pot, so I can hold it up and bring it a bit closer. I wouldn't if it was a lot more full, obviously. Okay, so you can see how I'm just painting it all across the top there. And, you know, it doesn't have to be delicate, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just getting it on there. And, you know, you might want a t-shirt that's, hang on, I'll rephrase that. You don't want your t-shirt too wet, because then it's dripping paint everywhere, but you don't want it too dry that it's not soaking it up and spreading it throughout the work. So that's why using the spin dry gets it just damp enough but not wringing wet. And sometimes if you're doing a lot, you don't want to hurt your hands to bring it out. Okay, so if I can get some more colour in those. Hi Renata, hi Jake. It's colour time. There we go. So you can press it, get all the colour through. Actually, Natalie, Jake was there at Broken Hill too. He was one of the tarot readers along the wall, the same wall that I was in. I think it was a couple of people up from me. Jake, Natalie and her daughter here are the ones who've asked me to do this video, so say hello. Broken Hill people. Okay, so I've finished the back, so you can see that's all one colour, and that's all the other colour. All right, now, I didn't think this end fit through properly, so just bear with me for a sec. I'm just going to grab something. Hang on a sec. back. Okay, so the next thing you want to be doing is, it comes from the other direction. You may do. The next thing, once you've done your little piece like this, I take it out to the grass, and then I lay it out on the grass and take the bands off. You can cut them off or take them off gently and open out the t-shirt. So the way you would open them out, okay, I'll show you this one. All right, so because you've got a lot of dye on them, you want to open them off, or take them off carefully, yeah? Okay, that takes a little bit of practice, that's okay. So just pick a corner and open it out so that it opens out like this, okay? Then you will need to leave it flat on the grass. I usually say about 15 minutes, and then go back and turn it over on the other side so it's getting nice sun on it. I don't think it actually does anything for the setting process, but what it does, it helps some of the dye draw, like evaporate. As it's evaporating, it creates sort of like a pattern itself. And then when it's you know, not dripping wet anymore, you can put it on a coat hanger and hang it up on the clothesline, and not with pegs, but just on a coat hanger, and open it out so it flaps air through it, so it gets completely air dry. And then you can either iron it or put it in the clothes dryer to set the colours. And you want to set the colours so that the dye doesn't run out when you put it in the wash. Okay, so this is one I did yesterday. So this is the full colours on the front, and then on the back I did just pink. You know how we did turquoise just now? Well, this is the pink. So that's the effect you get when you do a full back of pink. You get that of pink or turquoise, what we just did now. You get that big spiral legs, like spider legs, I suppose, from the center out to the bottom of the shirt or the piece. Okay. Yes, and easily awesome too. Not something that anybody can do it and do it well right from the beginning. So that's kind of it, really. It's that simple, and it took 20 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I've just done an order for a friend's shop in Orange, so I'm pretty excited to have those ready to send off. Yeah, so that's it. Any questions? Any questions at all? And I'm glad you like it. It's really easy to do. Really easy to do. So these again, these are the dyes. Thanks from Trinity. You're welcome. These are the dyes. They're Derivan Screen Ink dyes. It's an Australian company, Derivan Proprietary Limited. You can get them from, I get them from a website that does a whole, I think it's Art Supplies or something, but I'll add it on. And one of these is $8. You know, you can start with 4. It's not an expensive setup. You just need some brushes from the $2 shop. Where are we? You know, some brushes from the $2 shop. You need one for each colour. And cloth to keep things tidy. Rubber bands. Oh, you can't really see that, can you? Rubber bands. I reuse my rubber bands. I used to keep a hand towel handy. I used to use a cloth on the top of my table, but I found that was more troublesome than just washing the table. So I just use one of these plastic tables. I don't know what else. Anything else? All good. All right, look, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and hopefully that made sense. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.